Hey, Mystic. I see you. All right. Ready for another web design stream. Gonna keep practicing. Hope you're having a great night. I'm thrilled to be continuing a project, which I don't know if that says a lot or not. Yeah, no kidding. I don't know if my day felt long though. I don't think so. I think I had enough going on that I didn't really pay attention. So, but it's Friday. If you have a normal work week, then it's time to just relax. Do something you enjoy, watch something you enjoy. Classes. You go to college, university right now? Or you in high school? Ah. Yep. I remember being one of those. It's weird to say it that way. I used to be a broke college student, and now I am a okay dropout. Not by choice. I guess in a way it was a choice. But certainly learned a lot going to university. I could go back and get a degree, but I found a path to not get a degree. So there you go. You started full-time as a student or full-time working? Oh, okay. How was saving up for that schooling? How did that go? Aw, man. Is it really that bad? Don't mean to pry. Just I love having conversation. Yeah. Yeah, when I went to a major public university the first year I went to school and failed half my classes. Passed half of them, but failed half of them. It was overwhelming to say the least. It was really just it was a lot for a freshman to take on. So I ended up going back home and went to community college, and half my tuition was paid through video game, just selling all of my games and most of my consoles. So that's how I financed my education, which I don't regret. It was a um, to be to know that I could live without those things is a relief. But it also kind of stinks because I had Mario Golf Toadstool Tour and I love that game and a few others, but it's okay. Those games can always get bought back at some point. You're taking like a conceptual programming, like the introduction to programming, and they just feed you a language and they just teach you the ideas, or is it like a language specific, like we're learning this language in programming kind of course? Both. Okay. And how's the music sound in comparison to the mic audio? Does it sound pretty good? Can you hear the music and enjoy it, and also hear me? Cool. And since I'm not running a game that takes up almost all of my RAM, apparently, we shouldn't see any problems with today's stream. That was, ugh, man. But I am shopping for some extra RAM sticks to put in. I think I can pay about $30, $40 for two 4 GB sticks. That'll put me up to 16 gigabytes of RAM, which would be awesome. Be fantastic. I can do 32. It's a matter of necessity. Do I need 32? And so I'm not going to spend if I don't need it. Um, and plus, getting two sticks for $40 is fairly cheap. Oh yeah. Oh man, What are you learning that's requiring a lot of that power? Java? Okay. Okay. So you are a dabbler. I dabbled a bit in different things back in the day. Master of nothing. Oh. Okay. So watching me is kind of like a Oh, well, I'm glad you're here. maybe if I run into a roadblock, I get some help. Oh yeah? Oh, let me look at this. Laravel. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, I just checked out your channel. A PHP framework. Now, that's something I've never really looked at before. Now, I'm aware of frameworks for JavaScript. But how does a PHP framework benefit you as a developer? Because I've seen the name Laravel other places. An MVC. Is this a just my cursory look at model view controller? Is this an OOP concept? Is this just another way to bring PHP into like an OMP? Okay. Yes and no. I love those dual answers. Okay. We'll call it... Ah, okay. The only thing I've ever done with PHP is make calls to MySQL tables for a Mario competition a few years ago, just to kind of show a static view of a set of numbers. And go figure, you could do a lot just with that. Alright, we're going in game. So, I noticed that when I did this the last time, the display... Oh, it's on the wrong side, isn't it? Left display. Oh! We don't want that. Is this the only display I can do this on? It might be. So I'll just move sides. No big deal. There we go. Haha! And then, kaboom. There we go. We'll make that work. So here we go. This is what we built so far. And it needs a lot of work, of course. Oh! Good night. TypeScript, Python, and learning Java and Go. Lua is not something I've heard of before. Used in Lightroom, huh? Yeah, technical support and networking is pretty much all I can say I'm proficient at, or can demonstrate a firm knowledge in. Also, ending sentences and prepositions. Huh. How about that? That's cool. Alrighty then. Well, before we begin, I would like to clue you in on something. A couple things. First of all, there actually is a brand new channel points reward. If you look down, you can spend 450 power points to request a feature, and there's a limited number of uses per web design stream. So try to keep it something easy. So don't tell me, hey, I want you to develop a don't tell me to develop a major component that's going to require some back-end language to build, because I'm not ready for that yet. But if you want to influence layout design, colors, simple properties of an element, or even something like, hey, I want you to actually create a page for me. Sure. Mobile reactiveness. Are you referring to responsive mobile design? Because that's sort of what we're angling for. The way we're designing this website right now is we're trying to design it first for a smaller viewport. Okay. Let me move this over here. Move this to the other side. But anyway, you can spend those points and just specify what you want me to do, and we'll see if we can do that in this stream. And if it may take 2 streams to do this, then sure, that's fine. We'll try to start it in one stream, and then we'll carry it over into the next one. Also, in my stream channel panels, I love saying that, in the panels below, or wherever they might be if you're on your phone, my donation link for the month of January has been converted into a direct donation towards the Australian Red Cross to help support crisis management and relief for people going through wildfires in Australia. So if you do click on that and want to give any amount, feel free to, and actually the alert box will still respond to that. So you'll still get your, there's an alert, but you'll clearly see that it's a campaign being run through the Streamlabs donation portal. So I think that's really cool. Really great of Streamlabs to offer that feature as part of their streamer tools. So want to take as much advantage of everything they're offering as much as I can and try to help. So anyway, let's go ahead and start. Yeah. Gather up all those pennies, man. Alright, so, I mean, I still have the design from when we first worked on this earlier this week. So I'm still basing what I'm doing around that. So what we've done so far is we've already sort of built the layout of the homepage. Now I want to get into what next? What should my goals be today? That's what I need to figure out. What are my goals? Flowcharts? What about flowcharts? I'm hearing a recommendation out of that one word question. Because honestly, I don't have any. So, oh, let's see here. Should we work on the submit a speed run? Because I'm not really because all I would be doing is building the front, right? I'm designing a web page. So what you're talking about is something happening in the background that I can build. Well, I mean, it's simple enough to build a contact form. I don't have any problems doing that. Because what I do know how to build as far as like a flowchart is like, well, it's more of like a link map. I mean, I've done that before. So let me get a Sharpie. I'm not gonna use my blue pen. And that's essentially going to be our sitemap, right? I know how to do that. We'll start with that. Bum, 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 bum. Yep. Very rudimentary. Use what? Star, star, star. I don't understand. I'm going to be learning a lot today, I think. Unless is it censoring that? Is the filter catching that? Link protection. Oh, private message me. If you can. Private message me that. That'll be fine. Oh, man. Explorers of Time and Darkness. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. It's just, like, I hear the first notes of a game like that, and I just, joy, instantly. Can't wait for the Switch game to come out in March. That's great. Bum, bum, doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Top 10s. We also want to build out the profile. Okay. So, I'll show you what I have so far for our link map. There you go. So, what I would like to build are, I've already specified 3 of the sites. But I also want to build a, user account system. Everyone loves those. Which includes a profile page, and then also search, so you can search for, yeah, that's a sitemap. It's not what you're talking about. I think I've figured that part out. As far as building out a flowchart for functionality, boy, this doesn't seem like a very complex. And let me move this down. I don't want it below the background. Yeah, see, that does not work. I want you to be able to see what's going on, because the font, I know that the text seems a little constricted. Oh, Trauma Center? I'm getting so distracted. Wow. Did not expect that song to come through. Yeah. All right. Let me just start doing things, okay? Let me think of the profile page for a moment. How I want that constructed. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Good to know. Let's do this. Here we go. All right, there we go. So I've got something simple already in mind. You know, obviously you have a avatar, the name of the person. I have a flag with a location for whoever it is, and then their best. Yeah, and they have their best time or their best ranking on any game, and then all the records that they hold or personal best that they have in certain games. It's you know, I wrote it. I wrote records held, but it looks like I wrote records help. Writing my D's like P's. Oh boy. All right. Let's build a profile page. Just make stuff. Well, hold on. We just copy the index is the top level, so we can just copy the head element from there. Did I indent head? No, I didn't. I didn't think I did. Okay. There we go. And we'll put the same footer in there. We'll copy that over. Voila, we got our footer in there. All right, let's go ahead and build out our profile page. Okay. I'm going to take a quick peek at the, you know, I had an article I read about semantic tags. I'm going to take a quick peek at it and see what they have. Do they have article or main? How do they do this? Main is above article. Okay, got it. There we go. So we're actually going to do article. Article's the profile. So we're going to do article, class, user profile. Make that really easy. Yes. Yeah, I guess it's important for search engines to contextualize content, and for people who can't see very well, who use assistive devices. So I'm just putting these into practice just to be used to that and kind of future-proof myself when I'm doing other projects in the future. That's the explanation that this article gives for doing it that way. All right, user profile. So we're going to do. How does it recommend we do this? Do it by section. Section is your essentially div. User profile overview. So we got that, and we got another. Come on. Another section. Class. User profile. Best times. And how about this? We do user, we'll do class, user profile, live stream. Oh, there's your functionality there. Not really. All it is a simple embed. Just embed a. We're getting crazy up in here. Getting a little crazy. So we'll just embed a Twitch stream in there. Okay. So now I'm going to actually take the blue pen and try to figure out how I'm going to... Easiest way is to do a Flexbox column of each of these 3 sections. No problem. And I'll probably... it's based on content inside of the container. Think grid. Am I going CSS Grid here? I did watch a video yesterday of a simple overview of grid. Am I going to learn this today? Let's do it. Let's learn CSS Grid. There we go. We're going to pull out our handy-dandy CSS tricks page. Best way to be good for mobile stuff and media queries. What you see to specify which column it moves to. Ah! So when we get into actually taking our one design and creating breakpoints for larger widths, could do... I mean, Flexbox, all you would have to do is you would change the flex direction property and maybe some of the other flex properties. It can accomplish that. Why do you think grid would be more appropriate here? Flex can't change rows and columns, though, nor properly auto size. So let's take a look here. Yep, display grid and inline grid. Determines a grid's location, grid elements location within the grid by referring to a specific grid lines. Column start, row start is where the item begins. Is the line where the item ends. Huh. Defines the columns and rows of the grid with a space separated list of values. Template columns and rows represents the track size, and the space between them represents the grid line. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Item A, grid column start 2. So it's starting at the end of the first column. Grid column ends 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So, okay. And it's going to end at the beginning of the 5th column. Grid row start row. Grid row start. Oh, is that a class? Is that referencing by class? Or is that just a row 1 start, row 1 end, 3rd line, last line? Hold the phone. Hold on. Alright, so am I saying that each column represents hold on. Each of these grid cells is its own container, isn't it? I'm turning on the inspect. I want to see. Oh, the inspect's not going to show me anything. It's an image. Ah, curse you, CSS tricks. Container with 30 objects. And using your class naming, you determine. Oh, hold on. Oh, I see what it's doing over here. Grid template columns and rows, right? Yep, okay. So this is column 1, column 2, 3, 4, 5. Auto is just going to fill the rest of the width of the container. And then the rows, 25%, 100 pixels auto. But that makes sense if you're explicitly defining width and height. Because otherwise 25% doesn't really have a trying to think if 25% would even apply to its parent container for the. Yeah. We'll figure that out as we go. Sweet. All right, let's start this. I'm going to move this over to the side so we can get started with it. Okay. So overview, best times. So right now user profile is going to be my container. Let's go ahead and add user profile. User profile as our number 4. what a song to play. And then we have our items, right? Container. Overview, best times, live stream. There we go. And then the container, we're going to specify properties, grid, template, columns. We're going to call this 300 pixels. Grid, template, rows. Pixels, 300 pixels, 300 pixels. Let's see how that works. Okay, and then we're going to apply properties to the items. So right now we have 1 column and 3 rows. So this guy, I just want to say grid column. I don't even need to specify grid column start. We only have 1 column. So row start. Just one. And the other one's going to be 2 and 3? Is this like ABC 1, 2, 3 kind of grid layout? Don't actually need start or end anyways. Yeah, not for this. Not for this. That would only really come into play when we actually want to move things into actual rows, like 2 items in a row versus just the one. Oh, well, there you go. Here's your grid. And let's actually do this here. How about that? And then it's a block level container, so I'll just margin 0 auto that junk. Oh, body doesn't have a... Okay. 1 second. Profile. Main. We'll just make a dummy class called main content. Can we define 100% width and do that? Oh, but main's not the main container of that guy. Yeah, dingus. Ay, ay, ay. No, it is. Of user profile. For the columns 300. By doing margin, you restrict clickable content anyway unless using z-index. So I shouldn't use margin then. So you were saying justify content. How does that move it centered though? Just Bayonetta. Is what I'm hearing. Justify self. Never used that Do I need to go so far as Yeah, no. Does the body element need to be... Does a width need to be defined for the body? Because right now I'm not... Oh, I'm margin autoing the body also anyway. I did it bad. What did I do? Got my main content class. No, main's closed. Header's closed. Body's closed. Footer's closed. So the ones that would interact... Ah. No, everything's closed off like I think it should be. Because I feel like if I define the width of the body, that doesn't change anything because it's by default it's going to fill up the entire viewport width. Let me consult the CSS Grid guide here. Because justify self is going to align the item inside of the cell. But that's not going to cause the container to center. I plan to just have content within the main. Like there will be stuff within overview. I have 4 items that will be in user profile overview. But then I'm only going to have pretty much a single list in the second section, and then the third section will just be a container with an embedded stream view for Twitch or Mixer, whatever people want to do. So I don't think this is a grid problem. I think unless I define a width. Let me go back to centering. I could do position relative absolute centering. Could always go for that. But your reasoning for not doing margin 0 auto. You restrict clickable content. Well, let me go with my original plan, but I want to understand why clickable content would be restricted using that method. So right in profile, my container is main content. I define main content as having a width of like 95 view width. And then user profile. Is profile not calling the CSS file correctly? It is. It's not doing it. Why though? It's because I'm using a relative unit, isn't it? Does it really care that I'm using VW instead of a... Man. Okay, I must be missing something here, because I used to be able to do this without an issue. Centering a block element like that. Because I don't have to do anything to the body to center it. Container. Main content. Width. 100 pixels. Okay. Inspect. I wonder if do I have a conflicting CSS line that's not allowing me to do this? Because look, 400 is not centered, but user profile. Grid is causing it to take up. Let me look at this. The column is 300. Because user profile is filling up all 400 pixels. But I defined column as 300 pixels. So it shouldn't be any wider than 300 pixels, based on what I read. Well, it took the changes I made. Justify content. Look at that. That did it. That did something. How odd, though. Okay. Article is only that wide. Alright, so we take this out. Justify content center. Main has a margin. Alright. Let's see what happens when I get rid of this. I just want to see. Hey! There we go. Main content's taking up the full width of the browser, and this is centered. So there we go. It's the justify content property. So I'm going to put a note in here. Needed when centering items grid container within a block element. You were on the right track. I got so fixated on what I knew. Alright, so there's a comment there, at least for the future. Let's move on. And I'm actually going to increase the area of the content here. Row, I want that to be 25 U height. We're just going to play around with the dimensions of everything. Maybe we just do that. Okay. Alright, and now we're going to build... We did grid for the layout on the outside. Overview. I'm going to do a Flexbox inside. Call this user profile. User profile overview. User profile overview. Item. Nth child 2 flex 2. We'll build that out on there. Do div of class user profile overview item. So with justify, content does the things within it. Self does itself, and items does a mix of both. Okay. So we're not actually centering article class user profile. We're centering everything else inside of it, is what you're saying. It's justifying all content within it, within its container or itself. Oh, we're just doing dragon. Okay, that's right. And then this is going to be H2. Oh no, this is the subject of the page is the H1. And we're gonna go with Mystic Seagull. We need a seagull for you, man. Hey Sapphire, welcome to the stream, buddy. Yep. This is the one. I found our SVG file. There we go. I'm doing great. We just got through a what ended up being a simple solution, but just the simple ones are usually the harder ones to discover because they're not always obvious. But we made it through. User profile, overview item. We're going to talk about the image inside. And we're going to define width as 50 pixels and height as 50 pixels. You know, semicolons, because why not? Hey, there you are, Mystic. Aww. Sorry about that, man. I've got no packet loss here. No frames lost here. All right. And then next on the list is an image, and then a. All right, Mystic, what country are you from? Let's figure that out. Because I want to know what flag to give you. Canada! Got it. So you're one of those Arctic tern seagulls. It does. Yeah, let me do something here. I don't want that. I'm going to go into Streamlabs real quick and list you as a regular. But word protection, auto permit regulars, and then let's see. How do I name regulars on here? I forget. This song though. Ba, 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 ba. Sorry, trying to find this one thing real quick. User management. There we go. Mystic Seagull. Say it. There we go. I think I changed it now. What movie you heard this from? Something called Let's Tap. I don't know. Anyway. Canadian flag. Mystic Seagull. Ha! Caught that. There we go. Okay. There's our Canadian flag. Canada. What province in Canada? We'll try to nail that one. Ontario? Just like everyone that I know is from Canada is from there. Hamilton and or Toronto. And or Ottawa. I don't think I've met anybody from any other province except maybe British Columbia. We have a lot of people from Nova Scotia that visit Tampa. So we see a few of those plates around. We saw a ton of Ontario plates these past couple months. Yeah, he's from there. Okay, so how did I have this laid out? Okay. We're going with Flexbox because I am a coward. User profile review item. Flex is in grid. Well, I'm not comfortable. Oh. How am I going to get this guy to... Can I ask that he not break the whole page? Oh my gosh. You're crazy, Seagull. Hey, Scott, man. I got a big fat seagull on my screen. Let's try 100 instead. Oh man, you gotta understand, I'm a babby when it comes to this. So I don't want Canada. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. It's changing both of them. User profile item and child 2. Image. Yep, that's why. All right. All those inline elements, man, we gotta make sure they're aligned. All right, profile. Oh, I'm Dingleberry. Image and P must be inline. Let's get rid of the div here. That doesn't do anything. Okay. Item. But PowerToMario, why aren't you using SAS? I can't answer that right now. Why aren't you using SAS? Or less? Oh man. I read some articles. SAS or less, which one should you use? At this point, I don't care because I'm just kind of flying at the seat of my pants right now. Good night. This does not look attractive. This is not going to look attractive for a while, guys. Let me tell you. Oh my gosh. Anyway, let me just take a step back. I mean, whatever tool gets the job done and gets it done well, I'm all for that. So, anyway, for those of you joining the stream, welcome. We're doing some very, very, very beginner web design. The concept here is a video game speedrun submission website. I'm happy to have you here. You'll notice that if you go to the chat window, if you look at your channel points icon, should be a red emblem with an M inside, and you click on that, there's actually a new channel points reward called Request a Feature, and you can at any time request that I do something different with the website. A color change, a enhancement of some kind. Just think of anything and spend your channel points on that. And this is a reward exclusive to web design and development streams. So, anyway. Oh my. Let me take a look at the inspect here. I need to understand what's going on. So, I've basically made everything stacked as in a column. Which I don't necessarily want to do. Image. I don't know if I want to even do this way. This is 3 total, 3 maximum per stream. It's a short stream. I may tailor that and expand that depending on the type of suggestions that come in, because I don't know if people are going to ask for something wild or if people are going to ask for something simple. And if it's a lot of simple things, then yeah, I will increase that number. Haha. I mean, you might as well. We don't have very many viewers, so if you want to suggest something, absolutely. Dragon Quest, huh? Alright, anyway, let me go ahead and build out the other section here. The other section's really easy. It's just a, video game records held by user. And it's just an ordered list. Needs content styles. Make it look good. Alright. Challenge accepted. That is your request. And that I will comply with. Hey Darth, good evening, man. Welcome to the stream, buddy. Alright. So, I need your help with content. I need 5 games, Mystic, that you hold video game records for. I need your games. Alright, Osu. And, Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Is it 2 words, Counter-Strike, or is it a hyphenated Counter-Strike? I forgot how that title went. Oh, man. Okay. You think it's hyphenated? We're going to go with that just for now. All right. Oh, it's bleeding into the... Yeah, this is bad. Where'd the flag go? Oh, weird. Alright, I'm going to fill it with my own games. There you go. Let's do, Tingles, Rosie, Rupee Land, and, Uniracers. There you go. Here's a smattering of completely unrelated games right there. I'm going to find out how to embed a stream window in here. Make a table for the username and all the info in the first cell. Make a table. Think that would be best to do a table instead of all that other crap? Sure. Okay. Oh, do I want... Is there a table column? Two rows, three... Okay. Because this is first column, right? Because what, this is going to be that. And then I keep the 3 in the other one. Because I'm going to have a blank cell and then the other 2 are going to get filled up. Makes sense. Alright, let's see how the table layout did. Oh gosh! How do I constrain images within their cells? I need to inherit, right? I'm just going to do inherit. Nope, that's not going to work. With auto to container? Nope, that doesn't do it. CSS, okay. Let's do this. User profile overview. I'm going to wipe this out. I'm still displaying it as a flex. I don't need that anymore. Go back. I don't have overview item on there anymore. User profile overview, table. Where did that come from? I wonder. Okay. Ah. Defining a table row height does not change all the other cells. Defining the cell might. Nope. Oh my. That's it. Class Seagull. Because you, Seagull, are the bane of my existence right now. Comply. Guess what? Class Canada. And we will make meaningful names for these later. Okay, table. Whew. I'm still bleed. Oh, it's because the grids are concretely defined. The row heights. That's what's keeping me. Alright. I feel a little bit better now, having figured that out. Let's look at the inspect again. We got our row. Got our row. TD, TD, TD. Okay, so we do have some bleed with the table. The row is 396 when the column's set to 375. The table. Why is it set to that? Image 50. So padding is actually, we have box sizing set. The image is still popping out. The image is set to 50, but the padding makes it... Hold on a second. But I set box sizing to border box for all elements. And when I concretely So let me remove the padding. Okay, that gets rid of the default styling, but it doesn't help bring it into the border collapse for the table. It's still bleeding over slightly on both sides. The row too. Need it on all. Need it on all three. Table. Oh. Okay. Try that. Yep, still slight bleed over. We got we got 80. That's 232, 272. Oh, LI. Yeah, I got the picture though. Um, Grid column width is 375. No width defined for the section. No width defined for the table or the table body. Or the row. I have no other widths explicitly defined for any of these. So if I review, just trying to review all my styles. Get rid of the third TD that's in the second row. Okay. We'll see what that does. Save first. Right. All that's doing is it's bringing the row contents being justified now. However, the cell you're saying I should add a header? Like T head? Or no? I don't think that would be necessary because this is just purely for layout. This is not for okay. What if I did this though? Let me try something here. Add a TD at the end, TD at the middle. Nah, no good. It's not going to do anything. Okay. Because the table, yeah, the table is only so wide. I've already explicitly defined the grid column width, so I should just go ahead and do that. See, that's where doing grid instead of table would come in handy, right? Because then I could just define those grid lines myself and not have to be so worried about the browser interpreting it the best way for me. So let's come back to that. We'll come back to that later. Weird song. What is this? Oh, Animal Crossing Tug-of-War. Interesting. Okay. I want to embed this sucker. So let's work on that. Twitch embed HTML. And I'm actually going to go to the Twitch developers page. Because we can. Yeah, no problem, man. Get that fuel. Yes, Mega Man's playing. Dun, 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 dun. Heat Man. I love it so much. It's it's the Megas, man. It's just listening to that band got me into it. All right. We're gonna mess around with this though. Add a placeholder element with a unique ID. Gross. Does it really want this? Fine. You're going after the body where you belong. Alright, hold on. I need to keep this, No, I don't want that. Get out the old handy-dandy calculator. Gross. So we're going to go for 211. Sure, why not? It's not perfect, but that'll do. Okay. We'll add the placeholder. Let's see if this works. All right. Hey! This broadcast is intended for mature audiences. Get ready for Mystic Seagull. Okay. The problem is the API, it's a static width and height. So we gotta figure out a way to change it as we expand. I mean, there it is. So anyway, we've got that in there, so that's cool. Records held. Best times, right? I'm going to define the H2. We'll center it. Okay. But obviously, you know, that those dimensions are not very very attractive for an embed. But that's something we'll work on. So we got our content on the page. Oh boy. Let's do something else now. Let me mess around with Google Fonts. Roboto, sure. We'll import Roboto into here. Roboto sans serif. So we're changing the font of the entire website now. There you go. Looks completely different. Yep. Easy way to import a web font. And I think obvious preference is to have it available locally on the web server, so you're not reliant upon an internet connection or the Google font server from being online, but just at a different time. I thought we were about to hear Christmas music. That's what I thought we were going to hear. Okay, I want to change something with the header here. I want the UL menu, site navigation. I want it to appear view. Word wrap should be working. I want this to actually appear below the background here. Let me get rid of this background color because I'm a little over that. I want it to appear below hamburger menu with 50 pixels. Get rid of that. Because right now on profile, it is part of the header. VGSpeed. If I move that, how would that impact? It impacted quite a bit. Main header. Let's change the header. Dun, 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 there we go. Now we're going to get rid of all the flex stuff here. Okay. Website main header H1. Display and line block. Can we do that? Will that work? Yeah, okay. That's something. How odd that the link's not working properly. Should work properly. So, okay. Now we need to make this appear without having to use... We need to use hover, right? Let's do hover. So navigation display none. Website main header hover. Website navigation. Display. Display block. Perfect, it does. Excellent. And then now we can take website navigation and make it line up vertically. Or horizontally, my bad. Oh, display. Oh, flex. That was my mistake. Perfect. There we go. Justify content. And we're going to do space around content. There we go. That's a lot more attractive this over here. Doing it like that. And we can see that when we change the CSS file there, we changed it here. However, we need to make the same alterations that we did. So all we need to do is just copy our full header from here instead of having to retype everything. And we'll come up here and we'll highlight and overwrite and save. There we go. And we'll deal with the alignment of the title of the website later. Handle that at a different time. So anyway, I hope you're all having a great evening. Definitely good practice. Even though I haven't really done much as far as design tonight, learned a lot about how these CSS properties interact with your HTML elements. Learning a bunch about that. Getting through, you know, powering through all of those obstacles that will inevitably end up in your way. So, I just want to let you all know that are on the stream next week on Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, there will be a video game Name That Game Tune competition. It's a music contest where you listen to songs and you try to be the first one to guess the game that song is from correctly. It's a lot of fun. Even if you don't know the music, it's fun. It's fun to just listen even. So I encourage you all to attend next week if you have some time. All right. Let's go back to our profile. So we kind of have all the content laid out, really, how we want, not how we want it, but where we want it. And when obviously, when we get into media queries and breakpoints, we're going to widen this and maybe even reorient, perhaps reorient it so that the Mystic Seagull section ends up on the left and this ends up to the right of it. We really could do that right now, actually. So let's mess around with media queries for a second. Hey, Peeper. Oh, you're learning too? That's awesome, man. Same here. This is my first real deep dive. So I dabbled in it. HTML, CSS, a tiniest bit of PHP and MySQL, and some WordPress a few years ago, for about a year and a half. That's as much experience as I had, and I stepped away to develop my professional skills. I joined a technical support team that also involved a lot of travel to different states and a little bit of project management. So I've developed a lot of these great soft skills, and I'm coming back into this field again because this is what I want to commit to learning and doing, because it's a lot of fun. It's challenging, but it's plenty of fun. So that's kind of my background in it. Also, Peeper, if you stay long enough and get enough channel points, you can actually request a feature using your channel points. If you follow the channel and stay on for a bit and chat, you'll have the ability to do that with enough points. Just wanted to clue you in on that. What do you like to build, Peeper? What is it that you are into? Thanks, man. And if you want notifications, just hit that bell, and you'll see when I'm online anytime I am. But I'm kind of curious what you build, what you're passionate about. What is it that you want to make as far as your web design and web development skills? Oh yeah, it's a new thing. So if you're on the desktop, it's right below your message box, and it should be a red emblem with the letter M on it, and it'll have a number next to it, and that's how many channel points you have. They're called PowerPoints on this channel. Go figure, right? And it's really cool. It's a really cool feature because as a streamer, you can make every single type of stream that you do a unique experience. So that's why I'm doing a certain type of channel point reward for web design, and I do different ones for different games. Oh, you're going to a boot camp? Sweet. How many weeks is that boot camp? Eric, what are you doing? Don't forget to follow, subscribe, hit that bell, reshare, repost, donate, leave a thumbs up, give a 5-star. Don't forget to do all the things that validate my existence and make me feel good. But seriously, what's up, man? Do you have a fresh coat of paint as your third layer of skin? Hey, Tiger. Thanks for following, man. I'm hardly doing anything right now. It's amazing. Oh, thanks, man. I know one thing that was bad about last stream was the screen wasn't big enough, and so you couldn't really make out the text. I am going to mess around with... Don't say the P word. That's like how Dupless in Thousand Year Door took away the letter P. So every time I try to say that word, it's going to sound like I'm saying ain't. Ain't. 24 weeks. That's 6 months, man. Hey, though, you know what? There are, you know, if you're committed to the boot camp, there's real benefit in doing that too, because you have very focused attention on that. When you're there, it's all about that, and you'll learn so much doing that, I hope. Whereas me, I'm just I'm trying to gather as much as many resources as I can. I actually have a relative in Maryland or Virginia. He works for a government contractor, and he works he does C#.net. Works in Visual Studio and just does a bunch of just really crazy things. So I'm going to be picking his brain in the near future. And I'm looking forward to the Wargroove campaign. Well, listen, how much is Wargroove? $20? If you viewers decide to subscribe, if I get, how many more would that be? Because it's part of it goes to Twitch. If I get like 6 subscribers, that pays for Wargroove. I'm not telling you guys to subscribe to pay for my video games. Don't do that. But yeah, well, the unfortunate thing is, Eric, we're moving, and we're pinching pennies to move. So, by the way, I'm not going to be living in Florida in 3 months. That's insane to think about. I'll be moving soon. All right, I need to start working on stuff. I'm being lazy. It's just putting images in websites is just frustrating. Is that frustrating? Now, technically it's yeah, 6 subs to go. Yeah. South Carolina, actually. Charleston. Charleston. I'll be moving up there, and part of the reason is to save money really fast. Also, I want to commit to getting into this field of web design and development, software development even. So once I get there, it's full steam ahead. I'm going to get a junior job, and boom. Yeah, I saw that, Scott. You were in Charleston a little while ago. Where are you going, Eric? Massachusetts? Closer to Boston? Anyway, what am I doing here? Alright. I want to mess around with the sitemap a little bit. So how do I want the sitemap to look? Let's do this. I have a UL, right? Under the sitemap. So let's go back up to our footer section. We're going to go main footer sitemap UL, and we're going to add side margins. Sure, we'll just do a simple auto. Do I need to define a width for sitemap? No. How did I do this? How did I do this? I'm going to remember. I know it's whipping across the screen so you can't see anything. Oh, got it. Nope, I'm doing this. Let's see what the width of the container is right now. Oh, UL is already the full width. And all I need to do is... No, but I want a margin left. There you go. Perfect. But I want list style type to be none. I don't want there to be I don't want there to be bullet points. There you go. That's what I wanted. And sure, let's go ahead and do some padding on the top and bottom. Good luck. Hey, thanks for stopping in, man. Real encouragement you are. All the way to Mass. Sorry, I had my focus drawn away. Thank you so much. My crystal stars. CSS. That's funny. Appreciate you, man. Have fun with your move. Top and bottom 25, 0. Let's do that. Sure. Yeah, let's get crazy. Let's do 50 pixels. So now it looks a little bit better. A little bit more white space makes that look way better than it did. That's the footer, right? And then let's take a look at our website main footer contact information section. Okay. And I'm going to grab a flat icon, like an envelope for email. So we'll do that. And I am giving credit where credit's due. Just remember something, guys. And this is something I highly value because people put in the effort. Oh! Eric! Eric, you didn't leave yet, did you? This is your jam! This is the boss theme for Cortez and Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door. And of course, this was when we did this project back in the day for the CSS channel. SMXLI did this chapter. So of course he leaves, and then in his wake is that song. Amazing. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked again. This is a casual stream anyway. We're allowed to get sidetracked. Let's try... Yeah, let's just do this one. This is simple enough. Mail SVG. Downloads. We're going to cut that. Go back to speedrun. Paste it in our folder. Alright. And then we're going to bring this into our images, mail, alt, email. And we're going to bring that in. No problem. So contact information, we need to define the, we're going to define the height. We're going to call it 20 pixels, just to be on the safe side. And we're going to overwrite on our other pages because unfortunately when we make the changes, I'm sure that text editors may have this ability, or some might, where if you have a class-defined block element and you want to make changes to all HTML documents simultaneously, there has to be a way to do that without having to go to each individual page. And if not, maybe we can be the first ones to build something like that. But remember, this Necromancer HTML document is not on the root level, so we need to reference back to the root and then go to images and then to the document. The classes are fine. So once we do a refresh, oh, look at that! I picked the perfect pixel height, so that works just fine right there. It's getting easier, guys. It's getting way easier. Things are looking great. All right. Yes. Yeah. Oh man, the first year of doing this, I started back in 2014. That was a big struggle. And now it's like, okay, I have it whenever I bring in a new document and I'm referencing any source, I always think about it. I was like, okay, how many steps back? Or I just go back to the root. That's my cop out, is to just reference the root of the document and go back there. I'm sorry, man. But hey, man, it's going to be, eventually it's just going to come like that. It's just going to be instantaneous. And not to keep getting sidetracked, but I want to let you all know that for the rest of January, one of my panels talks about donations. That donation link has been converted into a charity campaign for the Australian Red Cross. So if any of you are aware of what's going on, it's globally impacting now because the smoke from the wildfires in Australia have actually reached South America. So that's definitely going to affect more than one country now, especially New Zealand because they're right next door. But anyway, that donation link will go directly to the Australian Red Cross. Any amount that you want to give, feel free to give on there. You'll still get the alert box on the stream, so anytime you donate, you'll still be recognized for it. So that's available to you. Anyway, back to this. BTM tomato. Copyright. That's fine. Not bad. Let's improve this homepage a little bit, and I didn't mean to do that. Let's improve this homepage. So let me think about what I want to do here. Featured text. Because I actually wrote this out. I drew out a picture of what I'm going for here. We did this on the first stream, so we kind of conceptualized what we want the website to eventually look like. So there you go. The Toy King Raid! 9 people! Holy cow! It's a code T! What does that mean? Tell me what that means. Jeremy is the boss. Ninja. Ashbro. Jeremy, thanks for following. Welcome to the Power Pack. What are we calling ourselves? I don't know. It was all Jeremy's idea. Well, of course it was. I mean, every time I think of the name Jeremy, I think Code T. Oh, man. Did you do Super Paper Mario again, Twy King? Was it session 5 today? Or were you doing something else today? Would you care to say? Oh, Mario Party 8. Okay. Come Code Twyking. Oh. Of course. It wasn't Code Tomato. By the way, we got a little tomato action right down here. That's one of my monikers that I go by sometimes. So I was thinking Code Tomato the whole time. But excuse me, scroll bar. Behave. Oh well. Well, for those of you joining from the Twyking stream, thank you so much for being part of the raid. That was awesome. I got to watch his Super Paper Mario stream yesterday while he was in the woe zone. So I hope you all enjoyed his Mario Party 8. We're just doing some casual web design on today's stream. So if any of you are familiar with it or have never even thought that web design and development could be in your future, maybe this will inspire you a little bit. I am in my first real venture into this field, and it's a lot of fun. Yesterday we built out our homepage. It doesn't look like much, and it won't look like much for a while, but eventually it's going to look really nice. And the idea is to build a video game speedrun submission website. So as you can see, our menu, we have a submit a speedrun page, top 10s, like top 10 times for video games. I'm going to have to pronounce this, aren't I? Oh, I got to. Derpsius? Is that it? Derpsius? That's what I feel like right now, pronouncing that. But Derpsius, thank you so much for joining. And thanks for following, man. If any of you are following and you don't have the notifications on, make sure to click that bell. Because for some reason, YouTube and Twitch make it difficult for you to get notifications on people going live. Or maybe you don't want that because then your phone's going to go off every time someone goes live and you don't want that to happen. Your choice. But anyway, we've added some padding to our... I'm going to turn down the music volume in my ear because it's so loud. But we try to add some white space to our footer here to make it look a little bit better. Let's work on this form here. So right down here, you'll see we have games, categories, time, points, and a submit button. And that doesn't look very attractive right now. It's this section right here called homepage speedrun form, and it's supposed to be a simple form. So let's go ahead and try to work on this. Ninja, thanks for following, buddy. Crept up in there while I was explaining what a form was, like a ninja. Is there any significance to the 2748 in your name? That's what I'm curious about, because I never assume that numbers are just there because they're there. They usually have some sort of meaning, or you make some sort of meaning out of them. Those are options. I'm going to need some assistance in styling this. So how to style. Forms in CSS. Because, I mean, what I could do is go with a default, a template. I am familiar with one. What was the name of it, though? Of course, I'm familiar with one. What's the name of it? I don't know. It was... CSS framework. Oh, not Bulma. Oh, pure CSS. Responsive CSS modules. So we could go with a pure CSS model, right? Because I could do forms. Let me find it here. The problem is with using a template or modules is the class naming is not semantic, meaning you can't really, like, if you want to know the meaning of what the content is that you're looking at, then doing it that way may not be advisable. Okay. So anyway, let's go ahead, and we have a couple select elements. We have a label. I want the label and the select to be together. So maybe we can do something like this. We can contain the label and select inside of divs. Let's cut it out. And I'm going to tab over select. There we go. And then we'll do the very same thing with this guy. And then we'll tab them over. So we're going to comment these out too, because I do want to explain select a category or type of speedrun. And then I'll comment this one out as well, just to explain what this section is all about. So select a game in order to submit a speedrun. Okay. And then do we want time and points to be together? Yep. And I am not completely aware if there is a form-specific HTML element to divide forms into sections. I could go to the MDN and look that up. I will in a moment. List the speed run time and or points associated with the run. RS-FOT! Now, FOT, you're going to need to tell me if that's okay. Can I just call you FOT? Or FOT? Or if I'm saying it completely wrong, just eviscerate me. But thanks for following, man. I will try to... Ooh, that's loud for me. I will, as far as these web design streams are going, and I'm sorry, Ninja, I did not read your chat message. I'm going to in a moment. I just wanted to make sure I got these comments in. But as far as these web design streams are concerned, I am attempting to do 2 a week, right? So I did one on Tuesday, I believe, and then one today around the same time, 7 o'clock, just for 2.5 to 3 hours. Nothing. I'm not a marathon streamer, so if I don't typically try to stream for 6 to 8 hours a day like it's a job, because I don't want to monopolize anybody's time either. So I want you all to be able to enjoy your life as well and have your own interests. And I would want the same for myself. So, no, I don't want that. Anyway, my brother came up with a 2748. I'm using the Ninja part because that's the nickname of my parents. Oh, very cool. So the number itself isn't meaningful, but the fact that your brother gave you the number to use is meaningful. That's pretty cool. See, at least there's a story to tell behind that. Mine is simply, I was part of the Nintendo Insider forums back in 2009. Or, wow, no, it's before that. Whoa, 2007. And back then, I loved reading Nintendo Power. And Super Mario was my favorite video game. So I just kind of combined the two. Nintendo Power and Mario. PowerToMario. And there you go. That's the simple origin story of that. So, of course, being PowerToMario, I play almost exclusively PC games on this stream, which will change. I have a couple of Nintendo Switch games that I do want to play. So that will be in the future. This is old Nintendo Power. This new Nintendo Power came out, and then I think they shelved it, as far as I know. So... Okay, so using these container divs, we actually do change things a little bit here. So because we've contained all these elements inside of divs, they are turned into block level containers, which means anything in a block has its own, it takes up the full width of the container it's in. So it's actually going to move categories down, and it's going to move time and points down in the layout. So it won't be stacked side by side. They'll be actually top to bottom, essentially. Now, what can we do? I mean, we could take the form, right? Homepage speedrun form and go into the CSS here. And our homepage speedrun form, is it anywhere? I don't think we've defined a section for that, as far as I know. Homepage featured speedrunner. Oh, we didn't. Let's do 2A. And let's do a 2B section. Home featured page speed run submit form. And the reason we're doing this is we're actually keeping a table of contents up here. Good practice, I'd say, because I want to be able to quickly reference things. And some of these text editors have a find feature. Control Shift F. Speed run. So on the side here, you can actually see Control Shift F opens a search function, and we can actually find any reference to the following phrase, speed run, and quickly jump to it. And there you go. You quickly jump to the section you want. And this is super helpful when you have thousands of lines of CSS in a document and you want to quickly find a problem. You can just search that way. So if you don't have a code editor that does this, maybe you want to find one. This one's free. This is Microsoft Visual Studio Code. You can download this right now if you wanted to and start making documents and practicing this. Homepage. What was the... Let me find the class name again. I'm sorry. Homepage speedrun form. And this is directly referencing an section. This is a section. So let's define the width as 90 view width. And let's do a background color of gray just so I can see it. And I'll do a margin 0 auto to center it. I hope this does what I want it to do. It does. Okay. So that's great. We don't need to have the background color necessarily. But I could RGB this. No. Let's do lights. Let's do light blue. Okay, that's a lot. That's much friendlier. So let's do that. And then I don't have a heading here for this form. Submit your own speed run. And I apologize. That's Twitch. I was expecting a phone call from my wife. So if I do get that, I will step away. Family's important. Heh. So. Oh, man. Submit your own speed run. We'll do that as a heading. There you go. Look at that. I will point out real quick, the font may look different than what you see. If if you happen to be working alongside me doing your own thing, because I've imported a web font called Roboto from Google Fonts. Roboto, Google Fonts import. And I'll just put a little note here that that's what I'm doing. Oh, have I been undoing this entire time instead of Alt-Zing? Of course. That's why WordWrap's not working. I keep clicking the wrong thing. We also haven't defined a color scheme just yet. That's not important right now. What is important is making sure the web content's there, it's laid out the way we want it, and the website works. So how about instead of doing our width like that, can we have the body define, or the main define the width as V? Homepage content. Okay. Let's do homepage content that way. We'll define margin 0 auto. Da, 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 da. Blackhawks fan 20. Go Bolts. Hat. Go Bolts. Tampa Bay or bust. Welcome to the stream, man. Code T. Oh, you're from the raid party. You're from the Twi Kings channel. Well, I'm glad to have you, man. Doing a little bit of web design today. A little bit. Understatement. Mystic Seagull over here. It's like watching me go at 1 mile per hour, and he's just sitting there going clack, 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 clack. Okay, I've just built a full-fledged application on Android in under 3 hours. Oh yeah, that was a year. Man, the Blackhawks were good. They just had a flash in the pan season, and now they're kind of, where are they? Oh, Pilot Wings. Neato. Oh no, Form, what did you do? Okay, where am I at? Better. Don't need to apply the margins anymore. We just want to define the define that. And then homepage, speedrun form, H2. We'll do a text align center. That's fine. Okay, so next in styling. Oh, hey, no worries, man. I'm glad you're here. Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, we're so I'm a really huge proponent of and it's not a novel idea by any means, but I really do want to share the support that I'm getting with other people. So you are the first subject of what we're calling in our community raid missions, and we're gonna have nights where we just get together for. It's gonna be a very brief stream on my channel, but we get a massive group of people together and just raid someone's channel and watch them instead for a little while. So that's what that was all about. And hopefully, what we end up doing is not only encouraging people. But we also put them over the edge as far as becoming affiliate or becoming a partner on Twitch. That would always, I think that would be really cool to be a part of somebody's story getting to that point. Can you do Objective-C? I'm sorry. Can you can you do this in what is it now? What do they use for Apple? They don't use Objective-C anymore. It's called something else. Oh. I can't remember. Swift, thank you. Thanks. It is Swift. Well, because Team Treehouse came out with a whole bunch of courses on it after they announced that. They're like, heh, let's put all the first courses on Swift. I want to learn C#. As far as a robust language is concerned. Yeah, try make something on Swift. Make a calculator. I mean, if you can make it in one language, you can make it in any language, can't you? So. Anyway, we're working on this form, right? Man, I'm just so scatterbrained. Oh, button. See, the only version of this song that we just listened to I've heard of is the one where they take Mr. Krabs from SpongeBob, and it's like, or no, it's not Mr. Krabs. It's the guy from the Krabby Patty Secret, like the training video. He's like, ba 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 ba. That's what he's doing. Yeah, absolutely, man. Toy King, you are awesome. Thank you so much for the raid. Very encouraging. I hope you have a great day at work tomorrow. It's my Friday, literally, so we're going to keep going. Swift is JavaScript mixed with C#. Really? That's going to be fun, because then I'll just learn JavaScript and C# and I'll be like, I know Swift. Hey! Na 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 na. Na, 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 na. Just text a line because you are an inline element that I can hack this through. Nope, I can't do that. That won't work. Why did I think that would work? Although if let best player, player's highest scoring player. Yeah, that is very confusing. Jersey, New York City. What up? Queens? Brooklyn? Where at? Manhattan? Long Island? Or are you up by West Point? I've been close to there. I've been to Newburgh and Stewart. Although I could be getting the NYC part all wrong. But Jersey, thank you so much for following. Oh my gosh. This is crazy. See, this channel started as a video game streaming channel. And I'm doing this. And I've got more followers doing web design in a single day than I've ever done doing anything else. Which is awesome. You know, if you guys love watching web design streams, this is good practice for me because I'm not well practiced. And I'm glad that people are enjoying it so much. So you guys are awesome. And I hope you're learning. And if you're not learning, well, thanks for the encouragement. Yeah. Oh, man. Variety channels are so fun. I love to see more than 2 dimensions, you know. Right, I'm gonna do display block, right? This is the coward's way out on CSS, right? See what we did there? Look at that. At this point, single column layout, who cares? You're gonna scroll. What's the difference? You do a margin, it's not gonna break anything, right? Ay. Bam bam. Sanic! Flying battery zone. Oh. Okay. We actually segmented into divs, so we can just reference speedrun form div, right? Right. Homepage form div, and then we're going to apply. We're just going to apply margin top of 10 pixels. Margin, or do we want padding? Actually, those divs, I may want the padding instead. Padding 10 pixels 0. There you go. Just to kind of I could also define a line height, but For what I'm trying to do, it's accomplishing the same thing. And then also, we may want to do actually a padding left, like 15 pixels, just to give it some space away from there. Let's try 35. Let's see how that looks. And let me, I'm sorry, let me go ahead and condense this, because it's probably jarring to have this constantly moving like it is. There we go. That's a little bit friendlier, isn't it? Looks a little bit better. All right, let's move on to the homepage featured section. Okay. And I'll go ahead and put some comments in here too. Featured speed runner of the day. Oh? Can I suggest an extension for web design in VS Code? Absolutely you can. What is your suggestion? Live server. I'm going to look this up. I have a feeling I know what this is just from the name. Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. I benefited from something like this when I was using Dreamweaver a few years ago. Let me see what it's going to take. Open VS Code. All right. Type Control P. Type there you go. Easy install, right? Let's find out what this is all about. So I'm going to the GitHub page. Launch a local development server with live reload. Okay. Open a project and click to go live from the status bar. Right, here we go. So there we go. Easy setup, man. Thanks for the suggestion. It took that is amazing. It took 20 seconds to find and get it installed and working. So let's try this. So we're going to change Necromancer's color, the H2. We're going to change it to hot pink. How about that? Check that out. Instantaneously. So now I don't have to constantly go back and refresh. And then if I ever want to go offline, I click that to close the server. Magical. It's very magical. And that pink goes well with that blue, might I add. In fact, we could even do a border of hot pink. Actually, we have to define the dimensions of it. 5 pixel round curve. No, what was it? Oh, that's border radius that does that. We're going to do solid hot pink. And border radius of 10. That might be a little harsh. Let's do 6 pixel. Look at that. You love a good border. And this is an interesting thought. We could do a little bit of personalization with this website. So if we do have a featured speedrunner, we could have their colors be on their featured box. So if the user defines a color in their profile, a color scheme, then it'll match their color scheme. So if they ever get featured, it's kind of their personality on display for everybody else. Let me write that down. Actually, I don't want to forget that. Pen and paper never fails, guys. Get your ideas down. Don't forget them. So for so I'm going to put our home page featured. I'm going to do the blue. I'm going to do not my Sharpie. It's harder to write stuff with the Sharpie sometimes, especially when you want to get a bunch of information in a small area. So we're going to write down personalized. You can see what I'm doing down here. Personalized colors when featuring speedrunners based on users' profile settings. And we're already thinking ahead to when we do user accounts on this website. We will be doing that. Not a near future thing, but based on the length of the streams, it won't be a near future thing. So there we go. Back at it. All right. So I just wanted to show you that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to be very thoughtful in this whole process. Let's remember things. And if I forget, I can just go back and say, hey, that's an idea. Why don't we try to implement it? Home page featured. We're going to do a margin bottom as well. Yeah, see? And my instinct, you saw my mouse, right? My instinct was to move over, click it, refresh, move back. Breaking the habit. And what is the, this is the aref under avatar. Okay, we're going to call this text line center. Oh, but wait, how is it laid out though? Is it by, did I do the, I did flex row, 1 and 1, let's inspect. Oh, these are in line. Oh. These are in line. I can make it an inline block, right? No, that's not going to work. Let's just make it a block. There you go. We'll just leave it like that. Okay. Dun 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 dun. Love this Mario music. It's so awesome. Of course. I'm kind of forced to endorse it, aren't I? Oh man, I hope you all are having a wonderful evening. If you get tired of hearing me say that, well, too bad, because we need some more positive speak and nice things said in our lives. Is that to the block? The display block? Yeah, you won't cooperate? Display block! Got him! Take that, anchor tag. Oh yeah, got him with the positivity too. Yep. It's too late. You've been got. The annoying thing though is when you save, there's like a watermark of some kind that keeps popping up. Oh, it's my stupid hamburger menu. What is it doing? Why is it doing that? That's annoying. How am I defining its... I'm defining the width in the CSS. This demands more research. Ah, Stack Overflow literally addresses this. So I'll show you. I have an SVG image. When there's an update, the server sends me an update, and I want to reload the image in the browser without seeing a blinking, which is what we're seeing. Oh, is this jQuery? Yeah, it's jQuery. Put the new frame under the old one, absolute positioning and z-index, load the new image data into the new frame on the onload event. That doesn't help me, though. I'm trying to do this JS-less. So... Can't do it without it? Are you serious? Is this going to be a thing? Am I going to have to inject some jQuery? Thanks, Internet! Alright. So let me see how this works then. So we're gonna mess with jQuery today. Who knew? Oh my gosh, this is Chrome. Chrome is supposed to be the king. I guess maybe Firefox might be a better one. Maybe I should do that. I have seen a lot of the developer tools that Mozilla offers on there, and it's impressive. All right. Right? Oh, let's see here. Oh, well. Here's how I'm going to solve this problem. Right now, I don't need this. So, I'm just going to comment it out. Take that. Ha! It's an unnecessary SVG load, which is funny because we're using 3 other SVG files on here. Oh, is that right? You could always just load it after the onload event with vanilla.js. Oh? Tell me more. I might have actually found it. I wonder if I found it. No, that's just a console.log event. Okay. So we should load SVG after onload event. Hold on, let me... the links. Can I not moderate it from here? Am I not able to effectively moderate? I think I might have found a link actually. W3, yeah, I've been to their site before. Schools. All right, let's check out their article on it. See if we can find a solution to this problem. So this is just a tutorial on creating an SVG. SVG can go directly into HTML documents. Okay. Yep, you can craft shapes. That's pretty cool. It is, though. You can make digital art directly on your HTML document without needing to go to any like anything like GIMP or Photoshop or Paint Tool Sci or anything like that. SVG line, polygon. All right, let's look on the side here. No, this is just purely a reference to the SVG. Okay, I don't have a lot of time left, so I'm going to write this down as something that I need to research and figure out. You said it was one line of code. I would love for you to give me the line of code, but I actually want to have myself do research and try to discover the solution for myself. I do appreciate your assistance, but I want to tackle this one and learn from it. So I'm going to look up the unload and how JS and SVGs are loaded on the document. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. All right. Let's see. Prevent SVG blinking on page load. Okay, there we go. So we'll move on from that and go to bigger and better things. Okay, homepage is not looking too bad. Maybe I'll add another icon. Let's do something simple. Final Fantasy? We'll do a PNG file this time. There we go. Go to downloads, fast, speedrun images, paste, fast PNG, and then we'll take VGSpeed, images, PNG, fast gaming, and then image under the header, main header nav. Okay, let's go back to the main header. Say main header, nav image, width 50 pixels. Let's do 75 pixels. Perfect. I'll need an attribute on there. Okay. Will I need to reference it as an SVG tag to make that work, or can I reference it within the image tag with the source being the SVG file? Okay, understood. And what did I define the height of the header to be? Height is 15 VH. Can I do a line height of that? Main header, nav, a line height. I want it to be the same. Why won't that work? Oh, because it's not an anchor tag, because it's an H1. You dolt. Okay, but that doesn't work either. Let's figure this out. Header's defined like this, but nav is bleeding over. I have margins set? How? Is it because of the relative unit that's causing that? I wonder. Let's find out. Just FYI, stream is wrapping up in 17 minutes. I'm going to call it at 10 p.m. Eastern. So if you want to stick around till the end, that's when I'm ending. I will be doing a raid. I would love to have as many of you here as possible for that raid. So stick around for that. Even if you don't want to stay for that other person's stream, I just want to give someone a really nice night. I'm looking at H1, and there's a margin set. But the only properties I have defined... user agent style sheet WebKit margin block start ems. Is this a default styling? Let me see what happens if I remove the margin 0. Does it help? Yeah, it does. Yeah, that was a Chrome default style, it looks like. But now there seems to be... Oh, body. That's right. That's... What am I listening to right now? Ugh. Is this Zelda? Oh, it's Zelda, isn't it? Oh, Majora's Mask. I've never heard the soundtrack from this game. It's no wonder. So nav is 138. That's the... Oh, we're going to use the calc function here. So image, I'm going to define width as 75. I'm going to create padding of top and bottom. That is calc. It's going to be double whatever it is. So it'll be 12.5 height minus 75 pixels. Man, Majora's Mask, you're so weird. I'm so sorry that Majora's Mask has such a weird soundtrack, guys. So sorry. Um, uh-oh. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, that's padding all around. I didn't mean that. I did not mean that. Okay, but that did something. Did I really want to do margin there? This is Mario and Luigi, definitely. Dream Team. Oh, maybe I should get that game. I like that sound. Alright, that's not working too well. So it's 80 and a half and 155. It's not matching quite. Is my math wrong? Oh, hold on a second. Half of 75 is 35, and 2.5 is 37.5. Nope. Trying to do too much. Let's just do away with that. I think we're fine. I'm fine with this. I'm fine with this for right now. Okay with this. All right. Maybe we can work on Necromancer's page next. Let's do that. Let's work on the, Oh, this really constitutes our profile page, doesn't it? I could really just get... I'm sorry, Necro. I'll just get rid of it, though. Toad! Hey, man! Glad to have you stop in. We are on the tail end. We're on the last 10 minutes, right? So we're going to end in 10 minutes and raid somebody. So please stick around. That is one of the best parts of these short streams is we get to raid another channel and really just brighten their evening and encourage them. We're finishing up here, so I'm gonna actually delete the Necromancer. Well, maybe not delete it. Maybe we'll just keep it there. But I won't work on it right now. Because we basically recreated it in the form of the profile HTML document. I will change the reference, though, to profile. So we can click between, right? All right, I'm gonna take a different approach with the profile here. I know we did table layout, but let me think about this here. Let me think about this. How did I do this? I want to keep all these ideas up here. So you're gonna see me get real close, but I'm just putting stuff on my board behind me. Okay. No, you guys and you're apologizing. It's okay. You guys have lives too. Completely got it. Okay. You get your errands done. I'm going grocery shopping tomorrow. My wife's out of town, so I gotta feed myself. I gotta feed. I cook too sometimes, so it's nothing like that. I just ran out of vegetable, so gotta eat healthy. Oh, I want to know what this song is so bad now. This is Mario Paint. Ah, that's lovely. Mystic, spend your points. You only have 8 minutes. I want you to. I'm gonna ask you to spend your points on your page. This is you, buddy. What do you want me to do on here? You want me to do a color scheme for you, like a certain one? Like, are there colors that you love? Do you want something that's unique to you on that page? Because whatever you put on here may flesh out an interesting idea for user profiles for the website. And also that's... Oh, it's... Is this Ultima? No, it's just Puyo Puyo Gaiden. This sounds so much like Ultima, though. It's so good. All this great music. Let's see here. We need to go back down to 4, right? Where did we define the grid? Yep, there we go. Oh, no wonder we're getting such Oh yeah, we could do whatever we want here, can't we? Do a big chat. $7.50. Oh, absolutely. Look at this. Look at what we're doing here. Check that out. All right. Request a feature. We got a request, guys. So I completed his first one. Make things look good. And I think we absolutely did. That was a little bit of encouragement I needed. Purple, lightish pink, and grid fanatic if you want custom anyway. But if you want, you could add a ranking about where he stands for points for speedrun completions. Star Fox! Yes! Sorry. Add a ranking about... This is Star Fox Command, by the way. The best DS game ever released. No one ever says that. But it's a fun game. Could add a ranking about where he stands for points for speedrun completions compared to other users' points. Ah! I've got an idea for that. We're going to add another grid column here. Or row, actually. This track is in Smash Brothers? Yeah, but this song is not from Star Fox 64 DS. This is from Star Fox Command, the one that came before it. Yeah, that might be what you're actually referencing there. So sorry. All right, let's go ahead and get this done. So we're gonna add another section right below here, and first of all, these borders, right? You want to... Let me go ahead and... I'm going to mark your request as complete, but I'm going to work on your request. we're going to go to a little place called coolors.co. I love this place. Generate color schemes fast. And we can actually find that purple light pink that you're looking for. Check that out. I love this website so much. I just go here to just cycle through colors sometimes. It's a lot of fun. Bookmark it if you want. Don't worry. We're not going to do Node yet. Or anything absolutely bonkers. So there's a light pink there, but there's no purple. Nothing yet. There's a hot pink color called Awesome. Hey! What do you think of this one, Seagull? Think you might like that one? I'm getting, at the end of the stream, I'm getting such weird songs. This is Majora's Mask again. Someone's requesting these, I bet. Let's just go with this. However, maybe we can change... Change it to something like that. So it looks like we've got... We've got 7B1, E7A, so we'll go with that color, and then F771D3. Okay. Let's take these colors and do something with it. So for our borders, user profile. Let me think about this. User profile. Let's do this. Padding 30 pixels all around. Background color. We're going to do this 7B1, E7A. That's going to be a hex color. Nope, not at all. I think, oh gosh. Oh goodness, no. That's not what I wanted to do. Sorry. That's not at all. Hold on. This isn't working the way that I was thinking it did. Oh, article. Article's taking up the whole thing, isn't it? That's not what I was hoping for. Let's just work on this section. Let's just work on that section. We'll do that. How about that? The overview section. Border is 5 pixels solid. Bravo 1, E7A. Border radius 2 pixels. Here we go. Here we go. User profile overview, H1. Let me look up the cell this is in. So how about we do, first, let's do TR first child. And we're going to do background color F771D3. I think that's it. right. Color white. How about that? And then user profile overview, tr second, nope. We're going to do nth child 2. We'll do background color. Can I find a color complement for this guy? Let's try the light hot pink color and see how we do there. And literally part of this color code is fab. This is such a fab color. I like that. Fab! Color, and then we'll match the color of the border. 7B1, E7A. Maybe lighter than that, perhaps. Can we go with like that instead? FDE 5F7. How about that color? F7. There we go. Overview, text align, center. Look at that. We got something. Something's being made here. It definitely looks better than before. Awesome. What a great use of points there, too. And we have your other suggestion, which we need to get done before we do our raid, which was your other request, I mean, where you stand with others. So I was actually just building that out, where? Right down here. So I was going to put down here another H2 that was called Comparative Rankings for OSU. And we were actually going to do an unordered list. LI of H3. Number 43. Gamer Delta 24. And they have a time of 3:05. Sure. And how many seconds? 07. There we go. We're just going to go with that. That's cool. And then we're going to do 44. And guess what? We have this nifty little HTML element called mark. Except how it won't let me... There it goes. Ah, it didn't autocomplete. Mystic Seagull. We're going to put you 3 seconds behind this time. 5, and then new blat stuff and things. So there you go. All right, screw that. We're going to just get rid of UL list style type entirely from this, as I'm tired of it. I don't want it. I don't care for it. There you go. Very nice idea for comparative rankings. And we could do this on like their best. I don't know. Maybe it could be just a randomly generated thing, or it could be just their best time in any game, and it shows their comparative rankings overall for that game. Could be a lot of things. Or we could let the user decide what they want to show. User preference. So I'm going to write that down. Where I put my other notes up on the board, I guess. So anyway, yeah, let's check out this website, and then we're going to go ahead and raid a channel. So stick around, guys. We're just about to be done. Here is our profile page for our speedrunners. They got their username up here with their little icon, where they're from. And, of course, we'll build out a little bit more complex user card. We have just a simple list of their video game records for their speedruns, which we'll flesh out as well, just to get the idea on paper. That's all we're doing here. Comparative rankings list, where we can see how they compare to someone above them and below them on a game. And even a stream channel, so if you want to show off your live stream through the website, you can do that. And this is so nice because you can actually see users in chat. You can mess around with channel points for this person's channel and all that. It's really cool. And then if we go back to the home page, we have a featured streamer with a little S for some reason. This is Mega Man X, isn't it? Dun, 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 dun. 3, yeah. Scissors. We've added a little bit more styling to the home page to make things look much cleaner. More space. A little bit of white space in use here. And yeah, that's what we've got so far. And we can go between the pages, which is nice. So there you go. Alright. Well, I'm going to edit this because that's not applicable. Ready to raid. Centering it. Alright. Well, I sure enjoyed doing that. We learned a lot. Thank you so much, Mystic, for your input. Always appreciate that. And I hope that your Objective-C Swift challenge goes well. We're going to go ahead and find a channel to raid. So give me one moment. We're going to find somebody, and we're going to just make their night amazing. So, one day? What are you talking about? Oh, 3 hours. Yeah. This was just a 3 hours, well, really 2.5 hour stream. Which I spent probably 2 hours, 15 minutes doing things on here. Well, if you're not keeping track too meticulously. So let's go ahead and find a channel here. No, you said I could do... Oh, the 3 hours. Yes, I did say that. I did say, oh, he could build an Android app on Swift in 3 hours. Kitty! Hi! We're just ending, but we're gonna raid. So that's still fun. Let me show you what we've done, Kitty. 1 second. I'll find it. Da, da, da. Here we go. Alright. I don't know if you've been lurking, but here's what the website looks like right now. And we're starting to build up no, haven't blown. We've been fine so far. We've actually done some styling and made things look okay, better than before. And we've even embedded a Twitch stream onto the website. So the idea is, oh, you go to a user profile, and you can actually see someone live stream, maybe. Okay. And there's Toad. And there's Toad. Alright. We're done here. We're going to go raid. Let me go ahead and pull up Twitch here and try to discover somebody. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. So, somebody that I haven't seen online in so long is playing The Sims 4, and that's Kelsachu. So, we're going to raid Kelsachu's channel. She is amazing. She's got 3 people on her stream right now, so she's going to be pleasantly surprised when she gets a lot more than that over there. So, the message we're going to give her is, what are we going to give her as a message for the raid? This is not a simulation. Bro raid? I just wanted it to be sim related. So let's do that. This is not a simulation. Alright? That's going to be our raid message. So everyone, thank you so much for being a part of this stream today. If you follow me on Twitter, at PowerToMario, that's the best way to figure out when I'll try to give it at least a day's notice if I'm going to do a web design stream like that. So keep on the lookout for that. I'm going to aim for twice a week to do that. So I will not be streaming this weekend. Saturday and Sunday are off. No stream. Yeah, I'm glad you can make it too, man. Also, Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, our second consecutive Name That Game Tune. It's a monthly event. You get to listen to video game soundtracks, guess what they are, and earn points and try to beat everybody else at guessing video game soundtracks. It's fun. I hope you can make it to that. That's a big event every month. But anyway, let's go ahead and this is not a simulation. We're going to raid Kelsachu in 10 seconds. This has been PowerToMario, and as always, have a wonderful night and a wonderful weekend. And let's give Kelsachu some love today. Bye-bye.